Hey guys, it is devotion number 5. For me, it's number 9 because y'all know I had already started reading. I should have started from 1 with y'all. Well, maybe when I get through it, I'll just go back and read the ones for y'all that y'all haven't had. Unfortunately, today's devotion is pre-recorded because I have a lot to do tomorrow and I don't want to miss doing y'all devotion because it might be late when I get home. So I'm going to go ahead and do it today and pre-recorded for y'all so it'll already be uploaded. And it's today is called His Calling for You. Therefore, my beloved, as you have always obeyed. So now, not only as in presence, but much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling, for it is God works in you, both to will and work for His good pleasure. Philippians 2:12. And it says, we love to make our own plans, don't we? We fill up our plans and set our schedules and give ourselves deadlines. Seriously, how many times have you heard the phrase, by the age of 30, I'm going to be... It's so hard for us planners to change course, but you know what's better than planning? The freedom of knowing that God has sails. In God's perfect time, He'll reveal what's next for you. And when He starts to move, it may not be a huge transition. It may be one small change in your life that transforms everything. It could even be a quick nudge or reminder. We have to remember through it all that God knows what's best for us, better than we could ever imagine ourselves. By stepping away from what we feel is right for us, we can step toward trusting Him with our whole lives. God has wonderful plans in store for you, and even more importantly, He has already equipped you for what He's calling you to do. Is there something He is calling you to do that is a little out of your comfort zone? He is asking you to step out of your ordinary and make a move that will ultimately cause a radical shift in your life. And are you scared? It's okay. Listen, I know it may seem easier to stay the course and keep going on with life as is, but don't be afraid. When you say yes to God's plan, you're saying yes to a great adventure. He won't leave you. He'll walk you through it. All you have to do is surrender and proceed control you have over your life and allow Him to work it out for you. Isn't that a relief? And I kind of feel like both of the messages from yesterday and today's message is talking about waiting, and kind of sort of in the same way. This one is titled His Calling for You, but it's talking about how like we have plans on our life and how we expect to do this. Everybody want to be married and have kids by 30, living in the house. By 18 or 20, I want to be moved out my mom's house and in an apartment and have a car and a job. And in reality, we try to set these timelines for our life when it ain't going to go no other way but the way God wanted to go anyway. So we can set all the timelines we want, plan everything by age, and just say it's going to go that way. And when it don't, we get disappointed because a lot of times society makes us feel like by a certain age we should have accomplished certain things, but when in reality everybody's life isn't marked on the same timeline. And God has everything for everybody set differently. I'm not going to get married by the time everybody say get married. Or I might not have a house by the time everybody say they should have a house. You know, because like, I'm not married now. I'm 28, I think. I think I'm 28. Yeah, I'll be 29 this year. I'm not married. I have no kids. I don't even have a boyfriend. So I'm way past the... well, I ain't going to say I'm past the point where everybody is saying, like, you know, you need to be married and having kids. And two, I still practically stay with my mama, but I mean, I got my shop and I got a room out here in my shop where I be in my shop, but that's not, you know, basically like living on my own. So I'm right in the backyard, so like, I'm not meeting none of y'all norms, and it's okay because I know that I just had to learn that God's timing is my perfect timing because He gonna give me all the things of my heart I desire when it's time. Yeah, I want to get married, I want to have kids, I want my own house, but I know He prepared me for all that because I don't want to have it and I'm not able to manage it, or not capable of being the person that I'm supposed to be in those parts of my life that He's trying to give me and that I've asked for. So it's best for us to wait on His timing anyway. And like it said about when God has a calling on you, He gonna take you out your comfort zone. I talked to y'all about that one time before. Like, I don't even like talking to people like that because like I'm more of a person that stay to myself. And when He told me to start this channel, I was like, how am I going to start a channel when I don't even talk? I barely like to go out in public, but you want me walking around with a camera, recording myself and talking, and people looking at me crazy because I hate to draw attention to myself. And I'm like, dang, so you really taking me out of my comfort zone. And then like since I started doing this, I've really been seeing a lot of stuff, like, you know, saying how God would take you out of your comfort zone for his calling and stuff. And like I see that with my business too, like I make cakes and stuff. You know, I don't really like talking like that, and I gotta talk. And like he gave me a creative spirit, and most of the creative stuff I'm good at is involved with dealing with people. So he really trying to get me out of that comfort zone, and you know, to make my calling what it's supposed to be. And I have to realize that if God is telling me to do it, then that's what I need to do. And in my Bible study group last night, it talked about how, she told us, she was at church and she was talking about, like how God tell us to do something and we're delayed to do it. And it's so, are we like, is that really trusting him, or are we doing it, or is that being disobedient? Because when God tells us to do something, we're supposed to move. And like me sitting here not doing what he telling me to do because I'm scared or afraid or I got second thoughts about it, then that's not doing what he told me to do. Even if I end up doing it, I'm not doing it when he's telling me to do it, you know. So that was a good food for thought that she said about that. And I just thought I'd add it into what we said, what we were talking about right here. But yeah, if God is calling you, answer the call. And I ran away from the call for a long time because I was like, ain't no way ain't no way, hold on, y'all. Yeah, I was like, ain't no way he calling me out of all people, all this stuff I was doing. Partying, drinking, going out all the time, not doing what I'm supposed to do, not going to church, not paying my tithes, not reading my Bible. I was in homosexuality, like just doing everything that God didn't want me to do, but yet I still felt him pulling and tugging on me and calling me, and he brought me out of all that stuff. And now I'm a whole nother person. And you know, in the Bible, God never used anybody that was perfect, and there were people fail to realize. They were like, how you gonna be a Christian, or how you gonna say you follow Christ when you used to do all this stuff, and you know, like you was this type of person? But they fail to realize nobody in the Bible God used was perfect. I just screenshot the thing the other day. It was talking about how Paul used to murder Christians, and somebody was an alcoholic and he used the prostitute to help hide, you know, all kind of stuff. So like God never uses a perfect person, because if you perfect, what you need him for? Like he ain't, if you perfect, you don't need him to help you fix nothing. So God don't use perfect people, and I learned that from myself. So you can't judge somebody that's talking about God or doing a certain like Christian walk or something for Christ, and they're not living up to your standards of a Christian or someone who follows Christ, because maybe God just starting to work in them, and you don't see the changes he's made in them, but they see it and he see it. So that's why as a follower of Christ, you're not supposed to judge people anyway. But yeah, I think I'm talking about 50 different things. But yeah, just follow y'all calling. Do what God is calling you to do. It may seem scary, because I swear, like a lot of stuff he got me doing now, I'm just like, oh Lord, have mercy. But I gotta realize he wouldn't be calling me to do these things if he didn't know I was capable. And he already see my life on down the line. He see the things that I can't see. So he know that what he got me doing is going to prepare me for a great end. And I just have to have the faith and know that he gonna, you know, carry me through, and he have already paved the way. Because that's one thing we gotta realize: if he called us to do something, he would be calling us to do it if he didn't already. He wouldn't be calling us to do it if he hadn't already prepared the way and know how our end is gonna be. So yeah, if God is calling you, answer the calling, and don't run for years like I did. Just go ahead and answer that call, and y'all have a good day. To EP number 5.